Good morning everybody and welcome back. It's a really dreary day today. It's grey, there's no breeze, and it's just one of those really dull grey autumn days. It's not cold though, thankfully, and everybody in my family is at home this morning, working from home, and pretty much every room is taken, so I can't get in the kitchen. I can't really clean or hoover because I've got to be quiet because everyone's on the phones. So me and Teddy are going out for the afternoon in the trusty Bongo. We are going to the beach again, and Teddy's not really going to be doing any cooking, but I'm going to make a little bit of lunch. I say cook loosely because I'm not really cooking, but I'm putting together a nice lunch. So I've packed a few ingredients from home, but I do need to call into the shop on the way just to pick up a few odds and ends. And then we're going to park up at the beach, probably take Teddy for a quick walk, so she settles down then for the afternoon, but I'm having a lazy afternoon. I'm going to get my lunch and settle down with a film. It's getting to that time of year where I'm feeling a bit Christmassy, and so I've downloaded a couple of films, so I'm hoping we'll have a lovely view of the sea, watch a nice film, and keep at the house for a few hours. And I'm taking you guys with me. My co-pilot is buckled up. You good, aren't you? And we're off. Okay, that's the shopping done. A little trip to B&M Bargains for a few bits and bobs, and it was so busy in there. I saw everybody coming out with trolleys piled high with Christmassy things, so I think everyone is starting their Christmas shopping now. A bit early for me yet, and I do most of mine online anyway, and I haven't got that much to buy, so did get Teddy a little treat today, but that's not for Christmas, that's for today. While I'm watching my film, she can have a little treat. So now we are going a quarter of an hour away to Ogmore by Sea Beach. Right, sit, wait, gentle. Do you want that? Go on then. Good girl. Well, I'm back at Ogmore by Sea where I filmed last week with pretty much the same view behind me. I love this beach and I love Porthcawl, and I've done a few videos at Rest Bay and Porthcawl as well. This is a little nearer home for me, 10 minutes I should guess to get here. Porthcawl maybe 20. But anyway, today I've decided to come here. And also, as the winter approaches and the days get much darker, I really like being able to see the horizon and a bit more light really. So, as promised, I am going to shortly start preparing my lunch. I'm not going to say cooking because I'm not really cooking, but I went to B&M Bargains and I bought myself some of these long life naan breads and some tomato puree. We run out in the house, and I'm going to make a really quick pizza in the Ridgemonkey, of course. I did a bit of prep at home. I chopped up some veg. I got onions here, pepper, cherry tomatoes and some sweet corn kernels. and also a mixture of mozzarella and cheddar, because I do like a bit of cheddar, a bit more taste than mozzarella, I think. I've got some Italian seasoning in the van. This isn't my invention. I actually found the idea for this from Nigella, so thank you, Nigella. So I've made them in the house a number of times and they always go down really well. Now, I've never made them in the van, and I thought today would be a good experiment to see how it turns out in the Ridgemonkey. So here we go, let's get cracking. Okay, so I put the Ridgemonkey on to warm up, and it's on, the gas is on the lowest amount I can get it. As I say, this is a bit of an experiment because I've not done pizzas in the van before, but I can't think why it wouldn't work. So get one naan out. Now I need to trim it a little bit so that it will fit in there. So make it, and if I'm feeling greedy, I'll have both. I'll make up the two anyway, because there'll be takers at home, I'm sure. Okay, so that's a good fit. That's the other half. Don't think I'm going to need any oil in the pan. But what I use is some of these tomato puree, only about 40p for the whole tube. Do you know, thinking about it, I think I had some in the van already. And squirt a bit of that on. Oh, it's like art class in here. And use a little knife. Spread that out. I think I'll have enough for both here. Does anybody remember from the 70s, before pizzas were widely available in the UK, at least in Wales where I lived, you didn't really get pizzas in the 80s, and unless you went to an Italian restaurant, but they had these packets of pizza mix that you could buy in the local grocers, and it was essentially a sort of scone mix, I suppose, and it came with a little sachet of tomato puree, a little sachet of herbs, and then you added your own cheddar to it. And I absolutely loved this. And I remember one night making this, and I ate a lot of it, and I must have been coming down with a virus because I went to bed that night, woke up in the night, as you do when you're a kid, and promptly was sick everywhere. And I couldn't eat pizza for probably 10 years after that, because the very sight of tomato puree made me ill. And I thought I'd never eat pizza again, but there you go. How times have changed. I do quite like it now. So I'm sprinkling on a little bit of Italian seasoning as a nod to my 1970s packet mix pizza. You can obviously use meat or pepperoni or anything, just use what you like. I happen to have a few odds and ends in the fridge, so that's what I've brought. I think the main thing for cooking on the Ridgemonkey is to make sure everything is cut reasonably small, so it's more chance to cook all the way over, really. And I'm hoping to get away with not flipping this, because I think flipping it is, the cheese is going to go everywhere, which will not be pretty. And I had some sweet corn little cobs, mini cobs in the house, so I've sliced the corn off. I'm hoping that the corn has that lovely charred thing that you get with restaurant pizzas. I love all the veg on those. So we'll see how this turns out. As I said, it's a bit of an experiment. Bit of red onion, a bit more corn, and I've got some bits of pepper. I think if you go in the van to cook, if I can save myself the mess and do a bit of prep at home, I quite like to do that. It's more a case in the van of having no running water for washing up that is the barrier, really. So if you do have a sink, I guess you can do all your prep here. So yeah, a bit of cherry tomato. And I can kid myself that because there's vegetables on this, it's quite healthy. I suppose it could be worse, couldn't it? Yeah. This is making me feel quite creative. There you go. I think that's enough of that. I'm going to flip the pan now just to warm the other side. I figure if you get both of the plates hot, then you'll get a much better heat inside. I'm going to use a bit of spinach and I'm just going to slice it because I want it to go all gooey, not dry. So, spinach. I think I will be eating the both. I'm really hungry. What do you think? Good old grind of pepper. And now for my mixture of cheese. I've mixed up the cheddar and the mozzarella in one container, so I think if you're vegan, you could obviously use your vegan cheese. I have tried to get on with that, and I must admit I haven't found one I like as yet, but if you've got any tips, put them in the comments. I think that's the only thing that stops me really going vegan altogether, apart from the fact that I also like meat. Teddy, shush. Okay, let's see how. Oh, that looks nice and warm, doesn't it? Yeah, toasty, toasty. I've got the heater on in the van as well, by the way, in case there's a little bit of background whirring. You can probably hear it. It's not that cold today, but I thought if I'm going to be sitting in the van, I want it nice and toasty. Right. Oh, there it goes. Right, we'll keep a check on that. I've just checked the pizza, and as you can see, the cheese is melting. It's been in for just 5 minutes, if that. And the base is starting to catch. So what I want to do is turn the pizza over so that the other side is closest to the ring. Give this side a break. Definitely don't want a charred base. And I'm going to move it to the side of the pan as much as I can and take this off the ring a little bit. I was going to see if I could avoid flipping it, but I think the underside is just cooking a bit too much, so I am hoping it doesn't ruin it. I'm going to flip it so that I can give the bottom a rest. As you can see, it's just starting to catch. And I don't want that to happen. I'm hoping it's not going to mess it up too much. Can you hear it sizzling? I think I'm going to stop it now. I'm going to flip it back over. I hope my cheese hasn't ruined. Oh no, that's looking not bad. A little bit stuck on the top, but that's okay. Scrape that off. Not quite as pretty as a restaurant pizza, but flipping it was okay because I think it's given those vegetables a nice nice cook. So I'm going to take that one out. Okay, my plan not to flip didn't happen. I did flip, but it was a controlled flip. And it has meant that the spinach has cooked all nicely as well. Right, on with number 2. Oh, my cheese has run away. Same process then. Cook the base for a little bit and then flip. As for this one, leave it cool a little bit. I think a bit of pepper on there. Hoping you can see that deliciousness. I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a look underneath. Yeah, I did catch a little bit, so maybe next time I wouldn't leave it so long on the base. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Let it cool. I'm going to make the other one and then I can switch everything off and chill out and eat these. Well, I thought I would do a little bit of a taste test on air. This looks every bit as good as the ones I do in the oven in the house. Right. Nice bit of melty cheese. Mm. 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 That's, dare I say it, that's actually nicer than the ones in the oven. Mm. Pizza and a sea view, not bad, huh? Thank you, Bongo. I love the base, it's really crispy. This pizza's going down so well. It's really scrummy. And I have set up my Fire tablet with a film that I downloaded from Prime Video earlier today. Thought I'd watch a nice classic. So it's Where Angels Fear to Tread. Never seen it before. From the 90s, I think, and Helen Bonham Carter, Helen Mirren are in it. I think I've described this before, but I've got my fire on the windowsill actually, so I can see the sea behind. I've pulled the blinds behind me, stop the reflection, and I have my speakers set up here on Bluetooth. So the sound of the film is coming out from these speakers and I'm watching it on the screen in front of me. So it's a full movie experience. The screen's quite small obviously, but it's enough. And I'll have a cup of tea later. And I brought some of these guilty pleasures or what? Well, the afternoon has worn on. I've watched the film, I had my pizza, I had some chocolate orange fingers, which were very lovely. And Teddy and I have curled up on the sofa and just had a really lovely afternoon. So nice to get out and see the change of the light on the horizon. Quite uplifting. So I'm gonna sign off this week's vlog here. Did just want to remind you though guys, 7 days left from when this video comes out on Thursday for the competition, the deadline. I will be choosing the video that I want to make in the future next Thursday, or at least the video will be coming out next Thursday. So definitely get your suggestions in by Wednesday next week. You can put them at the bottom of this video, but I will put a link to the video that explains the competition. It's to win 2 of my hand knitted bobble hats, and all you had to do is subscribe to this channel and put a suggestion in the comments for a future video that you would like me to make. I'm going to choose the video that I am most excited to make, and I will make that video in the future and dedicate it to the winner or winners. So 7 days left. I've really enjoyed reading the suggestions so far, some really good ones in there. So hoping for some more this week. I'm going to sign off now and get back home. But I will see you next week when I shall be announcing the winner. Take care everybody, have a fantastic week, and bye bye from me and Teddy. Bye.